Here's a nice example of an early 1930s Caille three-reel slot machine. This is the Silent Sphinx model, and what you first see, it's obviously rather striking about the Silent Sphinx, is the strong Art Deco Egyptian theme design, rich castings, you see with the Egyptian heads and so on, and very ornate activity here, and also in the back of the machine, even the back casting, as well as the side pull handle. So very ornamental, again, very strong Art Deco Egyptian theme. While Silent Sphinx machines by Caille from the 1930s are certainly not considered rare, there are two particular attributes of this machine that do in fact make it rare and desirable. The first is that the machine is a 1-cent denomination. And so penny machines relative to nickel, dime, quarter denominations were produced in much lower volumes and are generally more coveted just because of their uniqueness. What's really unique about this is that it also has a Caille original ball gum vendor attachment, which was obviously an optional feature. You see that while it fits in with the general theme, and it certainly fits in structurally with the machine, it actually covers, you can see back there, I've left some gumballs out to see, you can see where it actually covers what would be normally the rest of the casting. So if this were removed, there would be two holes from the through bolts, but other than that you would have a normal casting. So they did not change this casting, they simply just designed a ball gum attachment to go onto the front. And they would have done that to allow operators to have this feature so that in the 1930s they could bolt that on, add the gum, and then make an argument that this penny machine was not in fact a slot machine, it was a gambling device. It was instead a vending machine for gumballs. And as an aside, there was an opportunity to play the slot machine. So it was a way to, try and find a loophole in regulations and laws at the time. Obviously, it's not uncommon for gum vendors to be an option. Watling, Mills, Jennings, they all offered these kinds of add-on ball gum vendors. It is, however, unique to find it for the Silent Sphinx, and in fact, this is the only one known at this point with this that's on the 1-cent model. So it's a nice feature. The machine is obviously original and unrestored. Has its original back door and lock and cash box and everything, just the way you like to find them. Obviously the real strips are original. Playing of this machine is straightforward. You drop your penny in, give a pull to the handle. What you see is that the penny drops to the side here, and the escalator actually moves the coins up, which is a little different than the Mills, which typically would move them from left to right, and also the Jennings. So it's a nice way to allow the owner and the operator to make sure that the player is not using slugs. What you'll see is that in the event that the machine, got a little jam there. Let's see if we can, okay, there we go. In the event that the machine does in fact hit a payoff, which it will right now, there's our 2 pennies. Yep, 2 cherries means 2 coins, and we got them. You actually notice perhaps that this penny, instead of staying here to go up in the escalator, actually got kicked over to the jackpot. So that's the way that the jackpot gets fed. Every time the machine pays off, it opens a little door inside and allows the jackpot to get fed. The machine features both a regular jackpot and a reserve. So the regular jackpot would fill, and then the reserve jackpot fills after that. So in the event that the regular jackpot is tripped, the money will come out here. Oh, look at that, we're very lucky today. Another payoff. If this jackpot fills and the reserve is filled, after this one pays off, the reserve on the next pull will automatically drop down and fill. So we see we don't have many coins in the escalator here because the last 2 have gotten kicked over to the jackpot, but this one did not. So it'll stay and it'll keep rising up. So again, a nice look at a rare and desirable version of a Caille Silent Sphinx Art Deco 3-reel slot machine from the 1930s.